As you see this thing they call karma. Karma is very real. Like everything you do must come back to you. So imagine this Senator Neda, that was the one that was pushing that this woman should be suspended. That Senator Natasha, that she should be suspended because of some misconduct, as he claims. But guess what, guys? The same man have been arrested by Trump government for what? For the same misconduct. You'll be shocked to hear what he did. First of all, take a look at the video where he was the one that was reading out why they should suspend Natasha. And again, watch the video where Trump granted his arrest, that he must be arrested, and he was not only arrested, he was also disbarred. But before that, guys, take a look at those videos. Just follow me through these write-ups. Nigeria Senate Ethics Chairman by name Neda Imasuen reportedly disbarred in New York over fraud and misconduct. Neda Imasuen, chairman of the Nigeria Senate Committee on Ethics, has been permanently disbarred from practicing law in New York, US, over allegations of multi-million-dollar fraud and gross misconduct, according to People's Gazette. So documents obtained by People's Gazette reveal that Imasuen was stripped of his legal license after he allegedly swindled a client, accepting legal fees but failing to appear in court on her behalf. New York court officer confirmed that Imasuen was disbarred after collecting a substantial amount from his client by name Daphne Sheffield in 2009, only to abscond without providing legal representation. His actions triggered multiple petitions as they violated New York's bar regulations. Despite receiving several notices and petitions, Imasuen refused to respond or request an extension, effectively ignoring the disciplinary process. Rather than face accountability, he fled to Nigeria with Ms. Sheffield's funds, evading disciplinary measures from the Grievance Committee, the body overseeing the judiciary misconduct. So, following multiple failed attempts to secure a response, the Grievance Committee for the 2nd, 11th, and 13th Judicial Districts officially revoked his legal license on May 10, 2010. A court ruling stated Neda B. Imasuen, admitted as Neda Bernard Imasuen, is disbarred and his name is stricken from the roll of attorneys and counselors as law. Additionally, the disbarment notice commanded him to cease all legal practice, barring him from appearing before any court, judge, or public authority in any capacity as an attorney. So this simply means that this man have been arrested for misconduct and also for fraud activities. And this is the same man that was reading out that this woman should be suspended for misconduct, and he even fled. Instead of being accountable, this is what our leaders lack. They lack accountability. So instead of being accountable and taking account of what you did, you fled to Nigeria, where you can be covered of all your sins, because Nigeria always cover the sins of the senators and our politicians. That's what they do. Because tell me the hell reason why what's his name, the ex-governor of Kogi State, Yaya Bello, is not arrested even after stealing 82 billion naira. So guys, just take a look at this video and then we can continue from there. And then at the end, you can take a look at how Natasha reported Akpabio case to UN, and also the UN have also come out to respond that they will look into these cases between Akpabio and Natasha, that they will look into it and hear their own side of the story and then conclude. So I think Natasha is going to get her judgment as supposed. So take a look at this video. I'll be guys in a minute.
Recommends as follows: 1. That the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan for 6 months for her total violation of the Senate Standing Rules 2023 as amended, for bringing the presiding officer, and the entire Senate in general to public opprobrium.
I am pleased to announce that we have just apprehended the top responsible for that atrocity, and he is right now on his way here to face the swift sword of American justice.
What do you say to the woman who says she's your victim? About $200,000.
Actually, I'm not the perpetrator of the crime.
This one.
But we can try to close the
You say you didn't commit this crime?
Good afternoon, President of the IPU. Good afternoon, colleagues. I come with a heavy heart from Nigeria, but first I'd like to apologize to Honorable Kafila Ogbara. I am not here to bring shame to our country. I'm here to seek help for the women of Nigeria. Again, my name is Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. 5 days ago, on the 6th of March 2025, I was suspended. As a senator, I was suspended illegally because I submitted a petition of sexual harassment against the President of the Nigerian Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio. I thought that by submitting the petition, he would recuse himself, and both of us will submit ourselves to the Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petition for a fair and transparent investigation. But unfortunately, I was silenced and I was suspended. I was suspended for 6 months, amongst many other stringent conditions, such as taking away my security, taking away all the officials, vehicles and other items that were handed over to me as a senator. My salaries will be cut off. I must not appear anywhere near the National Assembly. And for 6 months, I'm not to introduce myself or present myself as a senator locally in Nigeria or internationally. That means I'm here illegally. But I had no other place to go but to come here and speak to you women. Because this is a bigger picture. This is a bigger picture. It depicts the crisis of women political representation. My suspension is not just about me. It's about the systemic exclusion of women from political leadership in Nigeria. Women make up 3.6% of political offices, and in the Senate it's just 2.8. We have 109 men and only 4 of us are women. So right now it's 108 with only 3 women. This is a clear case of political victimization, punishment for speaking out against impunity, corruption, and gender-based violence. The United Nations Declaration 48/104 declares sexual harassment as a form of gender violence. The Senate's actions are an assault on democracy. I was elected by my constituents to represent them. Yet a few powerful men have unilaterally decided to silence their voices by suspending me for 6 months. My call for an open and transparent investigation into harassment allegations have been met with hostility instead of accountability. If a female senator can be treated this way in the full view of the world, imagine what ordinary Nigerian women will go through every day in workplaces, in universities, and other aspects of our society. A culture of harassment and silencing must end. And this is not just a Nigerian issue. It's a global one. Women in politics, media, and businesses face threats, intimidation, and violence for simply demanding fairness. From sex for grades scandals in universities to harassment in workplaces and political spaces, Nigerian women have constantly been forced into silence. We need stronger legal protections and a zero culture tolerance for gender-based discrimination and intimidation. My call to the international community is such that the world must not stay silent as democracy and women's rights are rolled back in Nigeria. I call on human rights organizations, women movements, and democratic institutions to hold the Nigerian Senate accountable. Nigeria needs global partners to push for women's political inclusion, safety, and protection from political harassment. You may ask, what are my next steps? I will resist the political intimidation. In the past few days, a number of my colleagues, my male colleagues, have reached out to me and said, Natasha, all you need to do is apologize and retract your statements. And I told them I am not going to apologize. I will not apologize for my truth. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I told them that I will stand the 6-month suspension, and the very first day I return, I will represent my petition on sexual harassment. And I will continue doing so until there is a fair and transparent investigation. I will fight, thank you. I will fight this injustice and continue to represent my constituents, whether the Senate wants to hear me or not. I will work with women's group, civil society, and legal teams to ensure that this unconstitutional suspension is quashed. This is bigger than me. This is about ensuring that no other woman in politics or public office will ever be silenced again. Thank you so much.
Our colleague from Nigeria, Senator Natasha, and because all of us heard what she said, and it only serves us better if I put a word in what she has said. So I would like to say we have heard her concerns, and having heard her, it would have been an opportunity for all of us to understand more about what she has said. But because we listened only on her side, as an institution, as IPU, we will be taking the concerns that have been raised, not only taking her side, but also giving a chance to listen to the other side, as it is a custom for IPU. And after having listened to the other side, we will take steps as necessary. So I thought it was necessary for us to say a word about it and then be able to take it further. Excuse me? I'm still getting there. Thank you. So I thought I should let you members, before we think because she said something different from what the contributions were. So we have taken care of, we have taken the concerns that she raised, and we will be working on them, of course, having listened to the other side, and we will be able to take steps after that. I also recognize the fact that our Nigerian delegate who is here had requested the floor, Honorable Kafilat, but because of time, she wasn't given a chance to speak. But like I said, we have heard the concerns that have been raised by Senator Natasha, but at the same time, we have taken cognizance of the fact that you would have wished to address us, but time wasn't enough to give you a chance to do that. And that said, IPU will be taking this matter as we usually do when such concerns are raised in meetings like this. So I thought members shouldn't go back home and feel like, yeah, Senator Natasha raised an...
I believe you've heard watched the videos, and this UN coming out to say they're going to listen to Ababio's side and Natasha's side is one thing this government could not do, because nobody came up, no court, no judge came up to hear the two side of the story and compare and know who is guilty or not. All they did was that they left Ababio to do his thing, and Ababio went ahead to suspend Natasha, and he still seated there. And the Senate President, it does not make any sense that after reporting you for sexual harassment, you are still sitting there as the leader of the Senate, which really show that you don't care about the allegations, or the allegations do not mean anything to you, which does not profile or let's say show a country that have accountability. At least come to social media and deny all the accusations. But he didn't do that. Rather, he went ahead to declare a judgment against Natasha and gave her suspension. And Natasha said that she will never stop until judgment is served. So now she's in the UN, she reported to the UN, and now this is what they have to say, that they have to look into the two cases and know who is guilty. So I guys to end your video in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe. It's your boy again. Don't forget to subscribe, guys.